Hello. Hello, hello. Today I'm knitting a tiny, tiny scarf. Look how small it is. So small. I'm knitting a tiny scarf for this little duder right here. This little dude. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. What an exciting day. I don't know if anyone was... Oh, I also... So I got my thread and stuff like all tangled up last time because it's embroidery thread. And so I untangled it, which took forever, and I wrapped it around, well, this one's around a pencil, and this one is wrapped around a paintbrush. because, yeah, because it is. That's what I had in the room. And then that way, they won't get tangled up again. Which, you know, because that was really bad. I was like, oops. Gotta be more careful about that. But yeah. We're making a tiny scarf for this little buddy right here. He needs a little tiny scarf. It's good times. Alright. I have to not forget the... Well, okay, there's not a pattern that I'm following, but you know what I mean. Like... I mean, yeah, okay, technically there's a pattern. I think I stopped halfway through, because I do 8 rows of the light green, and then I do 4 rows of the darker green. And I'm fairly certain... Oh... I think I stopped in the middle. Maybe. Or was that 6? Well, I'm gonna do 2 more. Which seems to be working better. Awesome! That's good. That's very good. I would like it to work. That would be good. Oops. Okay, hold on. There we go. But yeah. Got my first COVID vaccine shot yesterday. So that's cool. That's cool. My left arm is a little bit sore, but that's all. No issues otherwise. I can actually hear what you're saying now. That's good. I don't even think I need this open on the phone, honestly. If I can just see it on the computer. But yeah, not been a bad week so far. I took a nap today. It's funny though. I keep thinking what I call a nap, other people would just be like, no, that was just kind of a short sleep. Because, like, I slept for like 4 hours. And some people are like, oh yeah, I took like a 30-minute nap. I'm like, that's nothing. And, you know, when I go to bed tonight, it may only just be for another 4 hours. But that's still me going to bed because when I wake up, it'll be a different day. I don't know, I guess that's how my brain works. Guess that's how my brain works. So how different is this from crocheting? Well, I personally don't know how to crochet, but so knitting has two sticks, right? And like your stitches all stay on your needles at all times, right? And then crocheting just has the one hook, and you have to like find the stitch and like hook into it yourself. And like, yeah, knitting is 2 sticks, crocheting is 1 hook. I mean, okay, so I know like the very, very, very most basics of crochet, but like I've never like really actually learned, you know, how to actually crochet. My mom does. She knits and crochets and does lots of other crafty things. She's very good at the craftiness, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I gotta figure out something to talk about. I just like sit here and I don't know, tell random stories, talk about my life. I don't know. The thing about knitting a tiny scarf is that because it is small, it is more difficult to see what I am doing. You know? It's quite small. This is not the smallest scarf I've ever knitted. The stitches are all live in knitting. Crochet is safer. I don't know. I personally feel like knitting is safer because the stitches all stay on the knitting needles, right? I feel like crochet, especially if you're not as practiced with it, like it would be easier to like lose where like the stitch that you're supposed to stitch into is. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just because I'm not a crocheter, you know? The needles seem bigger for crochet from what I've seen. Well, these are just particularly small knitting needles. They can be much bigger. These are like size 1 knitting needles, and you can have much, much bigger knitting needles. You can have small, very small, and very large crochet hooks as well, too. Just Oop, hold on. Oop, I lost it. Is this? Okay, I think that's 8. Time to switch to the next color. If a needle comes out, your knitting can fall apart. Crochet gently unravels. Yeah, what my mom said. Like, I guess they're like safer in different ways. Like, I feel like crochet is less likely to just randomly fall apart. Oops, what did I do? Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, it's twisted the wrong way. Wait, there we go. But like for keeping track of what you're doing, I feel like crochet would be harder to keep track of what you're doing. that the music's not too loud. It feels so much louder in my headset, but I know that because of how I have the settings that it is turned down a lot. Alright. So, I have my first actual vacation in a long time planned. Well, it's not very much planned yet, but it's supposed to be happening. What month is this? April? Yeah, it's supposed to be happening next month. Next month. Oh boy. However, at the moment, my second COVID shot is scheduled for during that vacation, so I'm gonna have to see what I can do about that. I was supposed to get the Johnson & Johnson shot yesterday, however, that obviously did not happen. That's alright. That is alright. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. I do like knitting. I just generally, you know, like I have to have something to do. I have to make sure that I don't pull this side tighter than this side. Since this side is the side where I switch colors. So I feel like I could have the tendency to pull that tighter, like on accident. Alright, so tomorrow is Friday, however, and like I work Monday through Friday at my job, but this week I decided to go ahead and work Saturday, because they need the help, and the extra money is nice. Extra money is handy dandy. Nice to be able to put a little away to save. Also, okay, so I have been streaming off of my laptop, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm streaming off my laptop. However, if I really want to actually play games, at this point specifically Minecraft, I'm gonna need a bit like an actual computer, like a better computer, because this laptop is not a gaming laptop. Because I hadn't intended on the gaming when I bought this laptop. I bought it to write on. Which, it's great for that, sure. It's fine. But... ooh. It's not, the laptop's not so good for, you know, games. Currently, I have the issue of where it doesn't want to stream Minecraft. And I want to stream Minecraft. You know. We'll see how that goes. Alright, this is the third row. Hello, Synthus. That's my husband, by the way. He made the music that is playing in the background right now. Hey, we have a music video out right now on YouTube. He has one. I'm in it. I happen to be in it. It's pretty awesome. It's very awesome, honestly. Oh, babe, Jason, if you're listening, drop the link to the music video in the chat. I don't know if he's listening or not. But yeah, Taste of Sin by Synthas. Synthas. You could probably find it on YouTube pretty easily. I think that was supposed to... There it is. A heart. I feel like sometimes when I'm doing this, even though I know how important it is to drink water, like I forget to drink water. So I feel like every time I switch colors, I should just take a little sip of water. You're way more entertaining than class. So what are you talking about in class? What are they talking about in class right now? Oh man, that's funny. You've already checked out of Thursday class. Didn't you say you got... like, didn't you get your big thing done for your Thursday class? I think you said that. Water! It's time for water. Water's important, guys. Water break over. As my friend Radio Kyle would say, hashtag water gang. Size 1 knitting needles and embroidery floss. Tiny, tiny scarf for this guy. Alright, switching colors time. Come on. Whoop. Get up there. So funny. I haven't been in school for so long. Well, of course, Jason, my husband, also hasn't been in school, but now he's back in school. He's working on his master's. I'm so proud of him. Alright. I mean, I don't have any desire to be in school. The things that I want, none of the things that I want to do specifically require a college degree. I just have to get my act together and actually do them, you know? You know? Like writing. I feel like I should put together a group, some sort of group chat with my friends or something where people just encourage me to write. And I can encourage other people to write or do whatever things. Be creative. Be creative. Like cheerleaders, but for creativity. You know? I feel like that would be helpful. We'll be like the chess cheerleaders. No, we won't be like the chess cheerleaders. We're not gonna do that. You know, from the one SNL sketch? No, we're not doing that. Instead of be aggressive, be aggressive. It's just be creative, be creative. That's a pretty generic cheer, right? I can apply to many situations. Many situations. Look how cute that is. Man, I like the little miniature things so much. They're so cute. Ugh. They're just so cool. They really are. Ooh. Alright, this is the third row. So, this scarf making process is taking me a long time, right? And I said at the end of last Thursday's stream that I was gonna do some knitting off screen. And I didn't end up doing any knitting off screen. Sin, you're possibly prejudiced. No, he's prejudiced because probably a bit. No. What? That my own husband finds me entertaining to watch more so than his class that he's in right now. But yeah, I said at the end of my last stream that I was gonna do some knitting off screen and then come back, but I didn't do that. I think I will try and do that this week. So that next stream we can actually finish the scarf and put it onto the... He's so cold, he needs his scarf. Brrr, look, he's shivering. But yeah, I wanna play games more, a little more. I wanna do that on Thursday too, now. Something I do need to do is figure out if I can make Minecraft stream off my laptop at all or not anymore. Have to figure that out. Oop, come on. Because I'm honestly not sure. Whoa, come here. Bloop. Bloop. Na 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 na. Yeah, I want to try building in Minecraft. Like, I don't really want to go back to my little survival world that I was playing, because I was playing with my nephew and I want to be able to play with him. However, if I can't get Minecraft to stream off my laptop, then I won't be able to stream. Since I would take my laptop over to my sister's house. And, and play there with him. That way, when he inevitably got bored, he could run off and you know, play Minecraft on his Xbox for a little bit. And then you come back, and I would probably like be dying or something. It's fine. Fifth row. But yeah. I will definitely try and figure out if I can get Minecraft to stream from the laptop or not. If you're interested in seeing me play Minecraft, I don't know. You could always donate and give me money towards a new computer. I mean, I'm gonna be excuse me. I'm gonna be getting a new computer anyways, but you know, any help is appreciated. Alright. There's fifth row of green. Let's see. What should I talk about? I gotta have something to talk about. I don't want to just sit here in silence. Why is it always just difficult to think of things to talk about? Well, I mean, especially when you don't have like someone to bounce things off of. It can be hard. Tiny scarf. I love this tiny scarf. It's so cute. So cute. Alright. Let's see. But yeah. Oh, vacation. So, yeah. The spouse and I are going to be driving out to California. That's pretty cool, right? Technically, I could say that I've been in California because I had a layover in an airport there on our way back from our Alaska cruise, like, a few years back. But that doesn't really count. Like, if you only been, like, inside an airport, it just does not count, in my opinion. I mean, you could say, yeah, technically I've been in wherever, but meh. Yeah, so I have 2 weeks of vacation, so we're gonna drive out. Our plan is to visit three cities. I believe we are planning on going to San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, I think. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. But I think I'm remembering correctly. And like, there's some family and friends that we know out there, so hopefully we'll get to see a few people and see some cool sights and stuff. I don't necessarily know what is everywhere or whatever out there. I'm excited to actually finally like go somewhere. If you walk outside the airport, it counts as being there. I agree. I did not walk outside the airport. You were there, Mom. You would know. Like, when I went to Israel back in 2007, I had a layover in, I think, Berlin. Kind of a long layover. and I went outside the airport. But at that point, like, it was my first time, like, really being away from home, and I was nervous, and I didn't speak the language, so I kind of just walked outside the airport in Berlin and, like, looked around and sat at a bus stop for a minute and then just went back inside the airport. Like, I was too scared to actually go and do anything, even though I had a really long layover. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was in the Athens airport to switch planes once, but that's all of Greece that I saw. I want to go to Greece. Oh, there's so many places I want to go, honestly. Not in the airport. Oh, that's right, you weren't in the airport. I totally forgot, Mom. I forgot that was on the way back. Right. You guys were still in Alaska. You and Dad. That's right. I did actually forget that. But yeah. So Jason and I had to cancel a European vacation that we had planned in May of last year. For obvious reasons, we had to cancel it. We were gonna go, it was gonna be a week. I ran out the door at Heathrow once. Oh, what? And then did they tackle you or something? Like, I'm kidding. It just sounds like you're like ran out the. You're like, no, you won't take me. Yeah, that's cool. I have actually been in England, in London though. London is super cool. But yeah. So hopefully Jason is working on like talking to airlines and stuff and getting our either getting our flight vouchers extended or actually getting a refund. And hopefully, if things go well, we'll be able to then plan next year to take that European vacation that we missed last year. And we're going to... I remember the second city. What was the first city? What was the first city? What was the first city? Oh my gosh. I always forget the first city. But the second city was Venice, which I'm super excited to see Venice. Jason has been, but it was a bit ago. I literally forget what the first city... Anyways. It's slightly more Eastern Europe. The first city was. But, so hopefully we'll be able to do that next year. I really want to. I really do. I really do. Like, so much. Okay. Color switching time. That means it's time for water. Water. Hashtag water gang. As my friend Radio Kai would say. I would say hail hydrate. But that's just me, I guess. Anyways. I pay attention what time it is. Oh, it's only like 6:36. Okay, cool. What are you doing? Camaro thread. I'm to switch to the dark green. Yay. I have been really, truly a lot of cool places in my life. I've been really lucky that way, really blessed. Like, man. But I want to go more. I really, really like traveling. It's really unfortunate, you know? All this traveling been made very, very not very possible. But I hope to get back to it. I'm trying to think of what the last big trip I went on. Like, really big trip I went on before the pandemic. I don't know. I mean, I'd say the last event I did, well, no, okay, so, actually, the last big trip that I went on, before lockdown, was actually literally, like, right before lockdown. Like, Jason and I had a vacation in March. We were going to Florida and New Orleans. And it was literally, we were in the airport, you know, waiting for our flight to Orlando, and we saw on our phones that, like, the first cases of coronavirus in Indiana had been reported, like, the day that we are in the airport to fly out for vacation. So that was kind of interesting. So we flew down to Orlando, stayed with his parents. We went to Disney. We went to Magic Kingdom. And Hollywood Studios, which essentially we were there for Galaxy's Edge. And then, so we were at Disney. And then less than a week later, Disney shut down. Like, less than a week after we were there, Disney shut down. And then from Florida, we flew to New Orleans. We were there for a few days, right? It was like a week vacation. And then we came home, and less than a week later, New Orleans shut down. Like, it was so crazy because we were this vacation, you know, and super fun. And then we come back, and, like, the country, the state, the city is in lockdown. Like, that was intense. Like, I just remember, like, seeing everything that was happening and coming back and thinking, one of my first thoughts was like, well, I'm glad we have a decent amount of toilet paper already. I'm glad we're not, like, out of toilet paper. It's like, isn't that silly? Like, just, I mean, of course I was thinking about other things, right? I was worried, like, at that point I still had 2 jobs, and both of them, one of them is, you know, my job that I still have now at UPS, and then the other one is a food service job. And so, both of those were still going. The odd thing is that my audio and Dad's is not in sync. Annoying. I bet it is. Should turn one audio down real low. Not off all the way, but down real low, and then just listen to one of them. But yeah. So, like, I come back from vacation into lockdown, but still working both of my jobs. That was pretty intense. It was very strange. It was very strange. Like, for real. But even then, like, we do. Oh, okay. Well, that's good at least. But yeah. But man, the first several weeks, honestly probably months, first few months, like, I just didn't really even know, like, how to deal with everything with lockdown. It just got so intense and stressful because working for UPS, we just got busier, you know what I mean? Like, more people are at home, more people are buying things and ordering things online, so we just had to work harder, and that was rough. And then I still had the second job, It got to a point, honestly, where I would get so stressed out from just like having to go to both jobs 5 days a week. Like at both places, I work Monday through Friday. That like I think after maybe like the second or third time of me coming home from the second job and just like crying about like how stressed and tired and I was, Jason was like, babe, like you don't have to work that much. And then that was the point where I texted my managers at the second job, the food service job, which is Penn Station. Honestly, they're lovely. They're absolutely lovely. And I was like, hey, I can't do the 5 days a week. Can I cut it down to 3? So I did, and that helped. I eventually cut it down to 2 days a week. And then at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, I made the decision that it was time to leave Penn Station. Not because of anything that they had done. Like, I worked at Penn Station for like 14 years. Like, I wouldn't have worked there if I didn't like the environment, if I didn't like the people. Honestly, if I didn't like the food. Like, I worked at Penn Station for, for 14 years, and I still ate their food, so that tells you something about their food, right? It's good stuff. It really is. I really do like Penn Station. I know Penn Station's not everywhere, but at least it's in Indiana, it's in Ohio, I think it's in Chicago, and some other places. It started in Ohio. Color switch time, which means water. But yeah, so I put in my notice and I left Penn Station in October. I just figured it was time, and I really did want to have more time to devote to creative endeavors. Whether that be writing, I now started streaming, cosplay, whatever, things like that. I just wanted to have more time available because with those 2 jobs, I was working, the hours from the 2 jobs combined, I was working more than 40 hours a week, which I know that there are a lot of people that do that. However, nobody should have to, honestly. But that's not what we're talking about right now. So now I just have 1 part-time job instead of 2. And I'm still able to support the household because Jason isn't working as much since he's in school, and the only work he isn't working that gets paid as much, right? He's working on things all the time. But so now I'm much happier. I have more opportunity to be creative, to do the things I want to do. I just have to apply myself and actually do them, which that can sometimes be an issue. However, with ADHD, I do have the Adderall, which helps very much with the focusing thing. So, it's good. I want to get back to writing more. I don't know why I have been. I think I've just been distracted by all the streaming and stuff, which is also good because I also like doing that, I figure as long as I'm doing something creative that I enjoy, I feel fulfilled, then that's what counts. That's what counts, And why am I so warm? Usually when I'm in the basement, which is where I am at the moment. Look at that. It's so cute. I tend to be cold, but I'm warm right now. I think it's because of all the lights I have on me, All those lights can make you hot. But yeah. But yeah, so the last big trip was Florida and New Orleans. And I always loved New Orleans. New Orleans is lovely. I don't know if I would necessarily want to live there. Like, I'm not certain. Right? You know, I don't think I would, not really. But it is a super cool place to visit. And you know, I don't know, I really like it. And, you know, when we went to Florida to Disney, I had never been to Disney before. And we got, oh, so lucky. A friend of ours, of mine, both of ours, I guess, but mine first, I guess, happened to be in Florida and was at Disney the same day that we were. So we got to go to Magic Kingdom with our friend who, like, knows Disney, you know, is there more often, and she showed us things, and it was so cool to be able to hang out. Like, oh my gosh, it was so cool. And some other friends of ours, like, that we saw even less, that don't live in the same city as us, because the friend that we hung out with all day, she lives in the same, you know, city as us. The other friends that we hadn't seen in ages happened to be at Disney, at Magic Kingdom, the same day. And we got to see them. Like, how does that happen, you know? Like, it's so crazy, like, how things happen in the world sometimes. Honestly, it's really cool. But yeah. But as much as I really did like Magic Kingdom a lot, it was so cool. However, our second day, we went to Hollywood Studios and went to Galaxy's Edge, and oh my gosh. Galaxy's Edge is so cool. Like, it's so well built and designed and so immersive. Like, it's like you are just in this other planet. You're in the Star Wars universe. Like, it is, it's so cool. It feels so immersive, and it's the coolest. Like, I went to the bathroom and I was done, and so I was sitting out just outside the bathroom waiting for Jason to come out, and a couple stormtroopers came up and started hassling this lady that was sitting, like, right next to me, and, like, asked for her ID and stuff, and she pulled out, like, her actual ID and showed it to her, and they're like, okay, we're gonna keep our eyes on you. And then, you know, they walked off, and, like, a little bit later, Kylo Ren and there's some other stormtroopers come up and start hassling someone else, and I was like, this is just so cool. Just like, sometimes you forget how much of a geek you are. So cool you got to see that love. Yeah, right? It was super cool. I was sorry that you were in the bathroom. But, sometimes you forget how much of a geek you are until you get into, like, a situation like that, and you're just so ridiculously excited. It's just about just, like, getting to see things like this. Oh, one thing that I know that I would be that much geeked out, or no, I would be more geeked out about, is if I got to go to New Zealand and see Hobbiton. Like, oh my gosh. I would absolutely love to go. I want to go to Middle Earth. Like, New Zealand, come here. Give me. Like, I want to see it so bad. There are lots and lots of places I want to see and visit. So many. So many places to see and visit. Like, oh man. New Zealand, Australia. I mean, heck, I would go back to London again with Jason, because he's never been to London. Jason's never been to New York. Like, I mean, he's been in New York. we did go outside the airport and then go and catch a train somewhere else. But he's never really, like, experienced New York, you know? I've seen more things, like, across the United States than Jason has. I think my family went on a lot of trips, you know, as being homeschooled, and it kind of give us the ability to do that, honestly, which I super, super appreciate. Like, Jason's never seen the Grand Canyon, you know? Stuff like that. I mean, heck, I spent, you know, 6 months in Israel volunteering, but I would love to just go visit Israel with Jason. Like, that would be really cool. Like, to be able to, for him to experience that too. And, you know, we could see places that I have never been also, right? Like, Jason, if you're listening, what was the first city other than Venice? What was the other city that we're gonna go to on our next Europe trip? Because I have forgotten. But yeah, the year that I went on the Alaska cruise with my family, which was that 2019? It might have been 2019. I think it was 2019. Maybe. Anyways, that year, Jason went on a trip by himself to Spain and Portugal, which he had a really good time there. I'm still really glad that, thank you, parents, that I got to go on that Alaska cruise. Like, it was such a cool experience. And honestly, at this point, like, after the pandemic, I don't know if I would ever, like, feel safe going on a cruise, so I'm kind of glad that we did it when we did. You know what I mean? Because, like, they say cruises are just kind of cesspools because everyone's all stuck together on this boat and it's very easy to get sick, but none of us got sick on that cruise, so that's good. Alaska was really, really amazing. And it's also, as much as I know that, like, Alaska and going on a cruise especially is not something that everyone has access to, obviously. But, like, it was really cool, like, getting to see things that you only would see if you were on a big old boat. Like, we got all up to a glacier while we were on the boat. Hubbard, that was Hubbard Glacier. I mean, I saw lots of other glaciers too, but, like, wow. It was so cool. And, like, whales and dolphins and, oh, man. It's so awesome. Eagles. So many eagles, honestly, so many eagles. Not that there aren't eagles other places, right? I've seen people, like, take pictures of eagles here in Indiana, which is honestly, like, feels like it's wrong, because Indiana is just this, you know, little Midwest state, you know. Oh, what do we have? We have a racetrack and corn and, like, basketball. Honestly, though, okay, so the thing about Indiana, despite it being, like, sort of just a Midwestern town where there's not necessarily a lot that happens here, is that we do have the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And we do have the Indy 500. And that actually means that when you are talking to people from other countries and you tell them where you are from, they actually, like, have an idea of where you are from. You're like, oh, I'm from Indiana. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's where the race is. Like, because the Indy 500 is a big international event. And like, sometimes living here, and if you're not someone that's, like, super involved in the race or whatever, you forget about that, right? Like, you forget how big and international of an event the Indy 500 is. Like, it's like I've lived here the high majority of my life, and I've never been to the race. I've never been to the Indy 500. It was never anything that really interested me, right? I've been to the track, I've been to the track many times. Heck, I was at the track yesterday. That's where I got my first COVID shot, was at the track. I got my shot in Gasoline Alley, in one of the garages for the cars. In my car. Which, honestly, that was really cool. A couple more res. Like, it was honestly pretty cool. Like, getting my shot at the track in Gasoline Alley. I don't know why. It felt really cool. It was also really easy, because I was just in my car. I didn't have to get out of my car or anything. It was nice. It was quite nice. I'm trying to think. There's other places I've been. I've been to a lot of places. Ooh, let's see. A trip we went on back when I was a kid, with the family. So we were homeschooled, right? So we could travel in off seasons, and we would like utilize the trips as educational experiences. Also, you know, museums and all kinds of things like that. And my dad worked for the government, and so he was able to get some good deals on like resort-ish type lodgings. Not like resorts, but like, anyways. And we were in the off season, so that's how, even though we weren't like super well off at that point, we were able to like afford the traveling. And I feel like my knitting got tighter. Like the scarf is getting smaller. And I just remember one trip we went to Vermont, and my sister was like a new driver at that point, and so she would take turns driving with my parents, right, on different legs of the trip. So it happened that a new driver, happened to be driving on like the final leg of our trip. Like as we're coming up to like where our resort is in like mountains in Vermont. Liam is me. Hi, Liam. So, my sister, Talia, she was driving. And she's a very new, like, she just learned how to drive. And it's the last leg of the trip, like, we're almost to our little, like, resort area. And so, we are going through Smuggler's Notch. Which is this, like, you know, road up through the mountains in Vermont, and it was dark, and she was a new driver, and it was intimidating for her. I just remember like it being dark and it's going all twisty turny, and like we like came around a curve, and the headlights like lit up this like waterfall that was like rushing down the road next to us, but it wasn't like an actual waterfall. It was like runoff from snow melting that was coming down the mountain. Oh, it was so intense, and I wasn't even the one driving. Like, so she was like 16 or 17, and I had to have been, 14 or 15. That was crazy. Vermont was really cool. Oh, we got to tour the Ben & Jerry's factory in Vermont. That was awesome. That was super cool. We went to like a maple syrup, like, not factory, but like a place that made maple syrup, you know? That was really neat. I mean, we did obviously other things in Vermont too, but I remember the things associated with food. I remember, and this is telling, but I'm 34 years old now, so doesn't matter if I tell. There was one day, so like we didn't watch TV at home, right? But obviously at this place where we were staying, there was a TV. Oop. Color switching time, that means it's water. Obviously there's a TV that had cable and everything, right? So there was one day, and I do not even remember what the rest of the family was doing. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I lied and said that I was sick so that I could stay at the little condo we were renting and watch television. Oh man. Which in retrospect is so ridiculous. Like, who does that, right? You don't get to go out and like see cool things in Vermont, but like, I don't know, I was a kid who didn't watch TV, and I thought, it's like, well, wow, look, there's like cable and watch TV and things. It's just so funny. I still remember doing that. Let's see. In 2005, which was the year before my sister got married, we went on like one last big like family vacation, like again before my sister got married, and we went on this big western road trip. Now my sister was already working at UPS at the time, and she only got 2 weeks of vacation, so we, traveled for 1 week, and then she flew out and met us. She flew out and met us. But that vacation was really cool. I saw so many things. We saw the Corn Palace in Iowa. That was one of the first things that we saw. That was cool. But man, like, we saw lots of really big things. Like, we saw Mount Rushmore. We saw the Grand Canyon, which both of those things, honestly, both of those things you don't even realize, like, the scope of them until you are physically there. Right? Like, the Grand Canyon, oh, the Grand Canyon is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It is so amazing. And we actually, like, went, to the north and the south rim, so we got to see it from both sides, which was super cool. So, we went to Yellowstone. And we went to Yellowstone, and we stayed in Old Faithful Inn. Like, Yellowstone National Park is really, 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 really cool. Just all the geysers and the hot springs, and there's so many really cool trails and things to walk on. Like, oh, holy moly. But one of the things that stuck in my head the most was staying in Old Faithful Inn. It's this big, like, logs hotel, and we were staying in like the old part, so it was small, and you had to like walk down the hall to get to the bathroom and the showers. I just remember my dad is 6'4" tall, or 6'4.5" if you ask him. That half's important, I guess. And think about it, that these like bathrooms had been there for a long time, and they were way too small for him. Like, oh my gosh, it was. He has issues in a lot of showers, but he definitely had some big issues at Old Faithful Inn. Oh man. But man, just the atmosphere was so cool. Like our room, like you went out and it was out onto this big balcony over the big main central area. And there's just everything. It's all big log construction everywhere. Oh my gosh. So cool. So cool. I just love the atmosphere of that place so much. So if you ever go to Yellowstone, even if you're not staying there, definitely like at least go into Old Faithful Inn, because it has such a cool feel. Like, it's not some experience. You don't want to miss it. You really don't. You really don't want to miss it. Like, oh, I don't know why I just thought of this, but okay, so back in maybe 2010? I think it might have been 2010. My best friend, Andrea, was going to school in London for her master's. And she, had a break or whatever. So we made plans. I took my 2 weeks of vacation and I went out there to visit her. Now, so she was in London, staying in London. So it was 2 weeks. So the first thing we did was go see things around London. I mean, obviously, like, we saw all kinds of things and walked around. One of the things that I most remember is so Trafalgar Square. If you know what Trafalgar Square is in London, it's a well-known spot, and it has those big lion statues. And if you know me at all, you will understand that this is not out of the ordinary. I climbed, and other people do this, I wasn't like the only one. I climbed up on the lion statue so like Andrea could get pictures of me hugging the big lion statue. So we did that, and then I fell off the lion statue. You focused? I cannot tell if you're focused or not. Hello? Yeah, so I fell off one of the lions in Trafalgar Square back in 2010. I mean, I didn't get hurt or anything. I think it maybe scuffed up my jeans or something, but that was really cool. So then in that trip, we also visited Guernsey Island, which was super cool for me because my last name is Guernsey, and that's why we decided that we wanted to visit Guernsey Island. We went to Germany and visited Neuschwanstein Castle, which, if you don't know, Neuschwanstein Castle is the castle that, the Cinderella Castle, the Disney castle, is based off of. I think I'm correct in that. And it's an absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, beautiful location. So we got to see Neuschwanstein Castle. Oop, color switching time, which means it's time for water. Got to see Neuschwanstein Castle, and we also went to Berlin. And Vienna. Very cool places. So later, went on a trip much later with Jason to Europe, and we also went to Berlin and Vienna, but we went to I've just lost it. Amsterdam. We went to Amsterdam. We went to Amsterdam and Prague and Vienna and Berlin, and let me tell you. Alright. Oh, okay. I like traveling, right? So, every place was cool. Amsterdam, the canals. Oh, I love the canals, man. They're so pretty. But, the city that we kind of knew the least about, didn't really even know what to expect, at all, was Prague. And Prague was, so cool. Prague had this... Prague is an old city, okay? Prague is an old city. And so it feels, old, but at the same time, modern, too. There's lots of interesting, arts and shows and things happening. so we were kind of just walking, right? To get to this, like, the old, like, square or whatever. The square in Prague. And we go past this toy store. This really big toy store. And we're like, well, we have to obviously go into this really big toy store, right? In Prague. So we go in, there's all kinds of cool things. And we see a thing that says that there is a VR, there is a virtual reality experience in the basement of this giant toy store in Prague. So we go down there just to like see what it is, like how much it costs and stuff, and we talk to the lady that's down there. And she tells us about the experience, and like, that sounds kind of cool. And then Jason asks her about like places to go, like nightlife, like type stuff in Prague. So she mentions a couple places, and then she says, "Oh well, and then there's Steampunk Prague," and we're both like, "What? Well, I'm sorry. What did you say? Steampunk Prague?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "It's this like steampunk themed like bar / nightclub," and we're both like. We're like, that sounds so cool. So we found it on Google and mapped to it, and holy moly, guys, Steampunk Prague is so amazing. Like, just the whole decor and everything, it's all steampunky. So we went there like that night, and we had dinner and hung out. And then we went back the next night and like went down in the club part and like danced and stuff. It was super fun. It was super fun. Oh, also, so in Prague, we got to the square, and then we walked across the bridge. The really well-known bridge whose name I forget, but it's a really well-known, really old bridge in Prague. And then walked up to like the castle area and big old cathedral and all kinds of stuff. But and then, much later than that, when Spider-Man Far From Home comes out, he was in Prague! And when he was, like, looking up, like, romantic spots in Prague, the bridge St. Joseph's Bridge. The bridge was one of the locations that showed up. I had no idea Steampunk made it to Europe. Oh, heck yeah! Absolutely! Man, if anyone is ever in Prague, they have to look up Steampunk Prague. It is such a cool place, like, holy moly. Oh my gosh. But yeah, when you're watching Spider-Man Far From Home, him and MJ are on the bridge, on St. Joseph's Bridge, and I'm just, like, shoving Jason. I'm like, Jason, we were there, we were on that bridge, Guys, so cool. I mean, also they were in London too, and I've been there, and I'm like, look, I've been to London. Why is it so cool to, like, see places that you've personally been in movies? Like, why is that so cool? Fantastic. Maybe we'll do an RFE event there. Man. Doing any kind of, like, event in Prague would be amazing. That would be so amazing. Like, oh, man. That would be so cool. Sorry. Pardon me, I need more water. Whoops. This sheet I have on my lap so that you can see things better is trying to tangle up my feet. Oh, man. I don't know, but I went to Vienna just because I was obsessed with a movie shot there. I mean, Vienna is super cool, too. Vienna, man. So there's the like, square in Vienna, which I feel like, maybe that was the St. Joseph Square. I don't remember. Anyways, there's the one square in Vienna with the big cathedral in it. And so, like, when Jason and I went there, we got super lucky because it happened to be, like Mayfest, so there were all these, like, little, like, booths and stuff set up, and they were selling, like, different, like, foods and, like, little crafts and, I don't know, like, soaps and ornaments and It was super cool. I love your set, by the way. I've not gotten a second camera to focus on my hands are doing yet. Yeah, I got lucky because, so this camera here, this one, that one, up there, the one that's focused on my camera, is my Canon that I bought a bit ago. I probably went to that square, but it was a long time ago. Yeah, you almost certainly went to that square. It's very, very likely. But this camera, the one that's focused on my camera, is one I bought a while ago because I wanted to be able to take nicer pictures of my cosplay. And I got really lucky that in November, literally November of last year, Canon put out a utility on their website for several of their cameras that you can download to your computer, and then that allows you to utilize any of those lists on that list. There's a lot of their cameras on the list to utilize it as a web camera, like for streaming or for a recording off your computer or whatever. Like, I got so lucky because otherwise I wouldn't have that, and I would just probably not be doing the crafting and just be like games. So I got really lucky in that effect. Because otherwise it's not like I was gonna like buy a camera like right away, right? But yeah, I also just got lucky because of all the other random like equipment that is in our house, because of what all of the creative type of things we get into, like working with movies and stuff. Like this light, the reason you can actually see this is because there's a big light back here that we used for filming the music video. By the way, go look up Taste of Sin by Synthas. That's Synthas on YouTube. It's very cool. Like, we've got like movie sort of type lights, and I'm wearing a headset right now because it's just easier with this particular setup. But like, Jason already has microphones and he knows audio, and it's really nice. It's super like, I don't know if I would have like even been thought about trying to get into streaming. I do have a DSLR, but I probably don't have a good enough computer right now. I'm using a fancy tablet. Eh, makes sense. It is what it is. But yeah, it is great lighting. Yeah, it's super nice. It's a very large, very bright light. Oh. I think it's part of the reason why I am warm, perhaps. I wonder what I was talking about. That's okay. I was probably still gushing about Prague, but or Vienna. Ah, yes, I did talk about Vienna. In Vienna, we saw Mozart's house. Wait, who else's house did we see in Vienna? I have forgotten. What was the other house that we saw in besides Mozart? Beethoven! Beethoven's house. Yes. Beethoven's house. We saw in Vienna also. Drink water, y'all. Ooh. So Amsterdam. Okay. If there's another stimulus, I'll get a MacBook and see about getting my DSLR to sync to it, but I have to set aside what's left of this last stimulus to start saving for a vacation. I need one so badly. Absolutely. That is understandable. Understandable. Vacations are necessary for the soul. I did not see any composer houses, but I got to check out a lot of cool architecture in Vienna. Oh yeah. There's just so much gorgeous architecture. I mean, in Europe in general, you know, it's in general a lot older than the United States, right? That's one thing. Okay. So this is a funny story. Okay, so we were in Amsterdam, right? And it's like the evening and we're walking around. Yet vacations are soul food. Absolutely, they are. Winged purple kangaroo. You have such a fun username, by the way. But yeah, so okay, so we're in Amsterdam. Right? We're walking around the city, it's the evening, you know. It's sort of and we're just kind of wandering around, right? We're walking. As we're walking, I notice you're welcome, you're welcome. I notice that we're walking through the red light district, right? It just happened to be. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, there's ladies in the windows and whatever. I'm like, alright. Sure, you know, that's Amsterdam. It's the thing. And we've been walking through the red light district for several minutes. Apparently we get to the canal. And, you know, we're just walking and looking around. I notice, the windows the ladies are in, I noticed someone go up to one of the windows, and then the window opens, and the person goes in. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize there were also doors. And I mentioned that to Jason. I pointed out to him, and he's like, what? He did not even realize we were walking through the red light district because he was looking at the architecture of the city around us. Like, he had no idea. It was really funny. Like, oh my gosh. Like, just no clue. He's like, what? Like, he was just, like, startled. He was surprised. I know, right? This is really funny. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a very fine man. My man's distracted by the architecture. It's wonderful. Oh, man. Oh, okay, so another really cool thing that we got to see in Amsterdam. Onyx Arcade has followed. Thank you for following! I think, well, okay, I don't know this person, but I'm going to know this person. Because I'm fairly certain we're in a group chat together. Of streamers. I think. I could be wrong, though. I'd love to see Amsterdam, or I would go to the light district on purpose. I think the next time in Europe I need to either do Scandinavia or go back to France. French is my only semi-decent foreign language. I definitely want to see Scandinavia and France. I have not seen either of those. Onyx Arcade. Yes, we are! Yes! We are in a group chat. I'm sure we will eventually talk at some point. We've only just been added, so we'll get there. Kyle is streaming at 8 p.m. tonight, which means that's when I'm going to be stopping the stream today, and then sending all y'all over there. My friend Radio Kyle on Twitch. Stick around, you'll get to see what he's like. He's a good guy, good friend. Figured I would pop in and drop a quick follow. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I love to see streamers supporting each other. Yes! Me too. And yes, hopefully I want to get back to streaming. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Wait, is this how many rows is this? Two more rows, and then we do a color switch. In fact, There are still 8 hours left of the house project in meta shape. Oh my gosh. Is that the upload? 8 hours left of the upload? Or... This is my husband working on big projects for college. Holy moly. For his... Oh, the rendering. Are the pictures all uploaded at this point? This is so relaxing. But I sadly have to go, but I will for sure watch some of your VODs. Thank you. Bye. Yes, okay, so the... Oh, wait, okay. Jason, babe, how many pictures, were there total? I want to know. 16,157 pictures. So they're all uploaded. And, okay, so this is the good thing about the internet. I feel like some of this has been... yes, that's a lot. Alright, so, for reference, anyone that's watching, alright, Jason is going to IUPUI, I guess the IU portion of it more, for a master's in media arts and sciences. He's interested in particular in virtual heritage. It took about 20 minutes to upload them. I love our internet. God bless. Thank you for deciding to have really good internet, Jason. Yes, it is. Our internet is amazing. So for context, and he's interested in virtual heritage, which is like taking historical spaces and recreating them in the virtual world for people that are unable to experience them in person, type of thing, right? Whether because they can't travel physically or because of money or whatever. So, he is working on learning how to do a process called photogrammetry, which is taking multitudes of pictures of a particular space, uploading them into a certain program, which then mashes all the pictures together and recreates that space as a virtual space, as digital, in the digital world. So these 16,000 pictures that he has uploaded, is just of like our front room. Sort of 2 rooms, but it's kind of just 1 room basically. That's what he decided to, that as a project to recreate it in digital space so that he could learn how to do this process of photogrammetry. And so just like, what really good internet is such a boon. Yeah, mine's good enough to not like doing multiplayer games. That's fine for now, but damn, 16k photos in 20 minutes, that's hot, right? Isn't it? Isn't it? That's why I don't have to worry about us both doing things while I'm streaming. Like, thank God. But yeah, so that is 16,000 photos just for like a normal-ish size, a decently sized room in a house. So imagine how many photos that would be of like a whole like outdoor historical space. Like, holy moly, it would be so many. But this is the project this is what he's trying to get into and learn how to do and stuff, which I think is super, super cool. And I think it would be interesting to see a room in my house, like, recreated in a digital space. Like, what? It's, like, weird but cool at the same time, you know? Oh, man. It's almost color switching time. Many nights from 3:23 to last night 4:14 to collect the pictures. They aren't perfect, there will be issues, but it is a learning process. It has taught me a lot just doing this project. Like, photogrammetry looks great, but there are better scanning methods for large scale spaces. That makes sense, that makes sense. But like the photogrammetry, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, it can be used like to just capture like an object, right? Oh yeah, okay, you just said that. However, the fireplace looks awesome as a 3D object, like just like our actual fire pit. Yep, yeah. So like, if you want to take a bunch of pictures of like a particular object, like say like a historical object, and put that into a space that you have scanned, say with like one of the LiDAR scanners or whatever, you could use the photogrammetry and just take a bunch of pictures of it. I saw that fire pit. I watched your wedding live stream. It's actually a different fire pit. The fire pit on the wedding was at his parents' house, and this is the one at our house. But yes, That's also a good fire pit. It is also a good fire pit. We love that. It was a good wedding. A good little wedding. My little digital wedding. My like 10-minute wedding on Twitch. Which, you know, I think that's part of the reason why I was able to hit affiliate. I know for a fact that was part of the reason I was able to hit affiliate as quickly as I did. Because I gained a lot of followers just because I was like, hey, my wedding is going to be on... Wait, don't start. Is it... My wedding... It's color switching time. My wedding's going to be on Twitch, so a lot of my friends already followed me because of that. So I got like a starting boost on like follower count. Better for synthesis, better for smaller spaces or objects, but it is also very useful in conjunction with LiDAR scanning and Matterport scanning as well. Photogrammetry works well outside with a drone, which I will also be getting soon. Oh, yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah, my thread's trying to escape. None of that, thread. Nope, okay. We don't want you falling down in the couch, okay? I'm getting warm. Like you can see how pale my arms are. Well, all of me is pale. Color switch time. Lego. Are you twisted? Don't be... No. Wait, what did I do? Hold on. No. What did I do? That's not quite right. Hold on. There we go. That's better. LIDAR scanning, LiDAR scanning. Honestly, this whole time I thought you were saying something that had the word light in it. But there's no light. There's no LiDAR scanning. I thought you were saying like light R. Wow, okay. I was hearing that wrong. See, I had never seen it printed before. I'd never seen it typed out before. That's funny. Let's see. The only thing keeping me from affiliate is I keep streaming in the middle of the night and I need an average of 3 viewers. This time I looked, my average was 0.03, something like that. 81 followers, and I'm just aware that more than if you were up in the middle of the night. PST. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That was the issue I had to deal with too. Because for my schedule, it would be better for me if I stream in like the middle of the day, Eastern time. But that's another time where I'm not going to get a lot of viewers because a lot of people are working. Yeah, no, it's funny because sometimes I'll get up for work because I get up really early for work, you know? And I'll see that you are streaming. And I'm like, oh, look, streaming. But of course I'm getting ready for work, so I can't watch or anything. Right, work and school. Yeah. Yep. Yes, if you see me in the morning, because I'm still up. I'm not a morning person at all. Yeah. Well, when I get up in the morning, though, it's like 2 a.m. Eastern. So that's not even very late Pacific time. That's like 11 p.m. Pacific. And that's not very late. Because I have to get up so early for work. It's funny. I've been working at UPS for 15 years now. So, like, I have been forced to be a morning person. 2 a.m. Are you a baker? No. I work for UPS. I load the brown trucks in the morning. So that means, I work before the drivers work, and, they start around 9 a.m. So, that'd be cool, I think, to be a baker also. But yeah, I've been doing this for so long, it's like kind of forced me to be a morning person. Yeah. However, I still tend to want to stay up late at night. So like it can be hard sometimes to make myself make myself go to bed at a decent enough time so that I can get enough sleep before work. Because if I stay up and I don't take it, like today, I was streaming, so I took a nap. Like a 4-hour nap, which for some people wouldn't be a nap. But anyway, I took a nap. And because I knew it would be up later because I'm streaming. Otherwise, it's like 7:38 right now. I'd be like, okay, it's probably time to think about getting ready for bed, or I would already be in bed at this point. Like, even though like my brain actually wants me to stay up later, like I tend to really want to stay up later than that. Like, I would have such a weird schedule if I didn't have like an actual work thing to follow. I would probably tend to be more like you and be focus. And be up like later. Like honestly. Yeah, but it's a very good job. Babe. Hello. He helped apparently. Oh, he turned off the autofocus on my camera. Yeah, so the husband came down and turned off the autofocus on my camera because the focus kept, being wonky. And the thing about that is, he tells me, turn off the autofocus. However, I, sitting here, my camera facing me, my circadian rhythm rebels a lot, but I feel more energized at night. Yeah. I totally, I get that. But, I cannot sit here and have my hands, like, where they would be for working. Good night. I'm assuming that's still Liam. I cannot sit here with having my hands and then push the autofocus button on the back of the camera at the same time. So I can't do it. If I get up and turn off the autofocus, it will be focused somewhere else where it's not supposed to be. Like, it just doesn't work. I can't do it by myself. Can't do it. It's not helpful. Hey Liam, if you're there right now, can you find the emoji that's specific for my channel, since I know that your mom is subscribed to me? Can you find the... Mel. Hey Mel! Hello? But yeah, Liam, can you find the emoji that is the Avital Elizabeth emoji? I don't know if you're there, but you should try and find it and use it. It's very silly. Partners are handy for fiddling with things like that. Yes, indeed they are. They are indeed. They're super duper handy. And he just knows more about some things in general, so this is very handy all around. I appreciate him very much. mean, you know, obviously I love this man. I married him in the middle of a pandemic, so, you know. Honestly, it was a lovely little wedding. So envious. Someday I'll get emojis. I only have one right now. You have to have more subscribers to get more emojis. But yeah, someday I'll have the camera computer set to do what I originally came to Twitch to do, which is weave. Ooh, cool! Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I really hope you can do that soon. Weaving is cool. I know I have experienced weaving in the Vegas a little bit because I used to work at Conner Prairie, which is a living history museum here in Indiana. But yeah, no, that would be cool. I know, I love that there's crafters on Twitch like us. Yeah. I'd like to do a lot of different things. Like crafting, and playing games, and then like, nice username. I thought so too, Asher. It's my brother, everyone. Happy Asher Games over here. But yeah, let me know if you like do get this stuff set up for weaving. I think, I don't know, my mom might be interested in watching. I only have a bead one hand here, but that's still fun. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know if I'm trying to think. Oh, Avitel's brother. Yeah, it's my little brother. Little but taller than me, brother. Hey, my dad's 6'4". I mean, it makes sense that my brother would also be tall. My friend and I are going to be doing a stream on candles and soaps. Cool! Keep me updated on when that's going to be so that I don't stream when it's happening and so that I can watch. And I can, yeah, that's cool. And is that... Alright, color switching time. That means it's time for water. I love watching candles get dipped, right? We are making progress on the little scarf here. But yeah, I stream a lot of different things. Because, you know, I want to keep the variety up, like to keep myself interested. It's going to go along with our store. That's great. No, let me know and I'll try and promote it everywhere as much as I can. I'm so excited to make it happen. Yeah, no, me too. I'm excited for you. But yeah, I like to keep the variety to keep myself interested. Because I'm only going to stream if, like, if it's something that I want to do, you know? And it keeps true to my brand. I have branded myself as Avita Elizabeth, Geek of All Trades. Geek of All Trades. And you know what? I intend on sticking to that. Because I gotta do lots of different things. Keep myself entertained, you know? But yes, Mal, definitely let us all keep me in the loop. I want to know when that's happening and like what's going on. I want to talk about it. I want to hype you up, babe. I want to hype you up, girl. For sure. Yeah. And I know from experience that it can sometimes be hard to hype yourself up, especially when you're maybe a bit more shy like me. Not that you're necessarily shy like me, but it does take a community. He is absolutely correct. It absolutely takes a community to get things going later in the month. Also, do you crochet? I do not. My mom does. I know the very, very basics about crochet only. And then, yeah, Wayne Purple Kangaroo. Yeah, I've been called a Renaissance woman since high school. There's a lot of different stuff I want to stream too. Yes, heck yeah. We're here for the Renaissance woman. Darn straight. I've never tried to knit. I got taught to knit like a while ago. And the funny thing is that it wasn't actually my mom that taught me. So sometimes, like when I ask her a question about knitting, and she tries to explain, it gets a little like wonky because like we learned in slightly different ways. Like it was actually someone at Conner Prairie, the Living History Museum that I mentioned, that taught me how to knit like one time when I was out there working. And like I was a kid at that point still. So I like ask her for questions. I ask her questions and then I'm like, wait, what? So sometimes we have to like double explain the answers to each other. Because we just learned a slightly differently. But it's all good. Also, speaking of it takes a community, I need to stop saying that I want to get a group of people together to play something and actually do it. Oh, nice. I want to learn the Scandinavian style of weaving because it's so illustrative and also left-hand dominant. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I'm personally not left-handed, but that's cool. That's neat. Oh, style of knitting. Sure. Also, oh my gosh, so my mom, I know Scandinavian weaving already. Nice. My mom made me this really, well, like from a pattern, obviously, this really cool Doctor Who scarf one time that has like the TARDIS and like Gallifreyan and cool, all kinds of cool stuff on it. And so she did it in blue and white, and the way that she did it is that like it reverses. So on one side the pattern is in blue and white, and the other side it's in white and blue. You know what I mean? Like it's switched like back and forth. It's super neat. Super, super neat. Like, ah, so cool. I just like forget about it, but also like it's so nice. I'm always like worried that if I use it too much, then I'll just wear it out. Yeah, I love it too. But oh man, it's so cool. Tiny scarf, tiny scarf. We love ourselves a tiny scarf. And also water. We love water. This water is important. I'm thirsty. You know, I realize how little I talk. And then I like talk for 2 hours. Like, man, why is my throat so dry? Oh, because you've been talking a lot more than you normally do. Duh. Those are the people that stream for just like, you know, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours or longer, and then they're just like talking most of the time. I'm like, wow, that's so impressive. Remind me after you're done streaming that I have something to show you. Okay, babe. I will. I will do that. That will only be like 10 minutes since Kyle's about to go live, and then I'm gonna send these lovely folks over to him soon. Twitch.tv/Radio Kyle. Follow me and then go follow him as well. At least, you know, I assume he's going live. I haven't seen anything about a cancel stream, so should be. Also, another thing that I need encouragement. I do the long streams when I'm playing Dead by Daylight with my friends sometimes. It requires a lot of water. Absolutely. I feel like if I was going to do like a really long stream, I would also need like tea at different times. I would be like, message Jason and be like, babe, it's tea time. I've been following everyone who talks in chat. Aw. Well, if you stick around, I'll send you for, you know, 8 more minutes, I'm gonna send you over to my friend Kyle with a raid, and you can follow him as well. He's a good dude. Plays a good variety of different games. Also, are you hungry? If so, we should go on a date for food. You seem nice and cute. Babe, we are literally married. I can still ask you out on dates. This is true. However, it is like 8 o'clock, so nothing's happening today. How's about this? How's about we do a date tomorrow and you make me food? Yes, T, yes, next, yes, yes, yes. Spousal dates are awesome, indeed. Not the same. That was already the plan, though, babe. You have my approval. Good for me. Need to get out of the house. I'm not leaving the house tonight since it's already 8 p.m. almost. And we already planned to do food tomorrow for lunch. Yeah, but I'm working Saturday morning, so you know, I can't be out too late. Now y'all just listen to "Don't want you to turn into a pumpkin." That's right. I will turn into a pumpkin. Listen to me like, it's 8 p.m. Just need to leave the house. You left the house today? You went out into the yard and mowed. That's leaving the house. Not the same. But you left the house, though. I know it's not the same, I know. Well, if you wanted to, we could go out for lunch tomorrow and then grill sometime later this weekend, maybe. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. I can't remember if you're leaving the house on Sunday or not. $7.55. I will be in Lafayette to research it. That's what I thought. Well, after I'm done streaming, we can talk about it. Figure out some plans. Na 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 na. I also feel like part of the reason why the knitting takes me a while is that I get distracted. Just by all kinds of everything. Like my husband asking me out on dates. Thanks, brother. Yeah. Wait. Is this... Whoop, nope. Not time to switch colors yet. 2 more rows. I still want water, though. Ha! I was just talking about Prague, and you can't see it, but on my TV, it's on, and the Chromecast is on, and so it's showing pictures that I have taken, and there's a picture of Prague! Yeah! We'd love to see it. love to see it. Man, I'm getting warm. Crazy warm. And look at this. Oh, Mal! Thank you for subscribing. I love you, babe. FYI, folks, this is someone I know IRL. I don't generally just call people babe. You're so sweet, thank you. Also, little brother, if you're still listening, this is your Prime, your Twitch Prime reminder. I know you have Amazon Prime. I know you got that free Prime subscription. Just connect your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account and give me that free subscription, little bro. Little bro. Also, if anyone else wants to do that, that's cool too. But also not a big deal if you don't. I'm glad to see people here. It's lovely. It is lovely, lovely. I'm too lazy. I can't believe I haven't done it yet. Okay, so listen. Little bro, listen. I know for a fact that the reason you're not doing it isn't because you're lazy. Alright? You're not lazy. You're like me. You have ADHD. You're forgetful. But, you know, that's just something that your brain deals with. You're not lazy. That's not why you haven't done it. It's just because you keep forgetting. Or ADHD really sometimes does a number on you, you know? It really do. It do. Alright, look at that! Look at that little scarfy. It's coming along. Aww. Look at that. It's so cute. It's so cute. Alright, it is 8 o'clock. So, in theory, Slytherin? What? I don't understand what that means. I mean, I know what you know what I mean. Okay. Alright. So, hello. Let me check and make sure that Kyle is live. The scarf. Where's Twitch? Come here, Twitch. I'm about to send you over to my friend Kyle as long as he's live. Where is he? There he is. He's live. Alright. It's been fun, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. It's been super good times. Love you. Tell Kyle I say hi. Oops. And have a good night. It's been absolutely lovely. And I'll see you guys next time. Okie-dokie. You guys ready? Ready to go? Ready to raid? 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!